The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And breaking as we come on the air now at 10, more gun violence in the district. This time, it's a man shot in Northwest DC over a scooter. New eyewitness accounts on the confrontation left a Good Samaritan seriously hurt.
It'll be my last years as an elected official.
Maryland's longest tenured public servant calling it a career. It opens up what could be a chaotic race ahead of next year's election. DC News Now is your local election headquarters. We're going to break down what we've learned tonight.
Also, you could soon be paying more for your favorite food at a restaurant or drink at a bar. We are helping you stretch your dollar tonight following a new decision to help tipped workers.
And weather-wise, started off your week with increasing clouds. Now our weather team is tracking snow. Where are we going to see some heavy-duty snow? I'll show you that forecast coming up.
And breaking now, a man described as a Good Samaritan shot in a confrontation with 3 teenagers over a scooter. Hi, everybody. You're watching DC News Now at 10. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Tasmeen Muffy. So this happened near 14th and S Streets in Northwest DC. Our Marielle Carbone left another story to hurry over that scene. And Marielle, she joins us live. What can you tell us right now? It's still an active scene behind you.
Yeah, still very active and police still investigating. But what we're told right now is that this shooting involved teenagers attempting to take a scooter. So police tell us 3 teens were on one scooter, approached another person on a scooter, tried to take that, and then a third scooter and person tried to intervene in that, and that is when one of the teens shot that witness. So I'm going to step out so you can kind of see the types of scooters we're talking about. There are 2 still in the middle of the street here on S Street at 14th in the Logan Circle neighborhood. So when I'm saying scooters, we're not talking about those Lime electric scooters. This is more of a moped, and there are still 2 of them out here in the middle of the street. Actually, when we got up here about 10 minutes ago, there was a third scooter, a white one, and a person did get on that and left this crime scene area. So it's unclear if that person was involved in this at all or where they were going with that scooter. But out here tonight, we were able to talk to Ward 2 Council member Brooke Pinto, who is over this area, and she's calling all of this just a travesty and so wrong that these kids were out here stealing a scooter in the first place, especially with so much police, so many police in this area, but also again that a child, a teenager, had a gun and fired that. She says we really need to rethink what we're doing when it comes to crime and gun violence in this city. We also were able to talk to a witness out here. Take a listen to what they had to say about this.
I had never seen this kind of incident before, but I'm sure it happened before.
And so we know the person that was shot was taken away from the scene conscious and breathing, and those teenagers that were involved in all of this ran away from the scene. So police are still looking for suspects tonight. And just in case you're unfamiliar with this area, this street behind us, 14th Street, a very popular area for bars, restaurants, businesses. So this is typically a very busy street. It's a little quiet out here tonight, given that it's a Monday, and obviously also because it's shut down. But again, this shooting out here involving teenagers attempting to steal a scooter, and police still looking for suspects. Any information, as always, are asked to call police. But for now, reporting live in Northwest DC tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thanks. Any new updates? Of course, we'll go back out live to Marielle. Meanwhile, breaking right now, a man has died after being hit by a tractor trailer on Route 50 in Maryland this afternoon. State police say he is 42-year-old Maurice Mitchell of Annapolis. And tonight, we've just learned state police say Mitchell was actually a suspect in a stabbing in Annapolis that happened earlier today. Both the crash and the stabbing remain under investigation tonight. Stay with us for any updates.
And DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and a long-standing Maryland senator is finally calling it a career. So Maryland U.S. Senator Ben Cardin is getting ready to close the books on his half-a-century career in public office. A 79-year-old says he will not seek re-election when his 3rd term is up in 2024. The
Democratic senator took to video today to announce his retirement alongside his wife. Now, Cardin says there's a lot he's been able to get done, but still has a lot of work to do in his final years in office. Now, with Cardin stepping down, an open Senate seat is likely to stir up a crowded primary in the blue-leading state of Maryland.
Our reporter Jan Marisa says spoke to a political expert and also to Prince George's County residents about what they would like to see in their next senator.
For some, Senator Ben Cardin's announcement was bittersweet, but who will live up to his legacy? Now, Democrats are hoping for a successor, while Republicans say they want change.
When this term ends, it'll be my last years as an elected official. I will not seek re-election.
After more than 50 years of serving the state of Maryland, Senator Ben Cardin is retiring in 2024. Now the question is, who could run to succeed him? Democrats in Prince George's County are hoping the seat remains blue.
But also advocates for the values that we here in Maryland hold dear to us, which include health care for all, which includes expanding access to abortion rights, which also includes stricter gun laws.
While Republicans are hoping to flip that seat red.
Nationwide, I would say that right now our biggest problem is, of course, the economy. I'd like to see somebody that would be a little more fiscally responsible, lower our debt.
University of Mary Washington political science professor Stephen Farnsworth sees some familiar names entering the race, like Congressman Jamie Raskin.
He's rapidly become one of the most vigorous partisan voices in Washington, and particularly in Congress relating to the issues of January 6th and the issues of the law and the impeachment.
Other high-profile Democrats include Congressman David Trone and Prince George's County Executive Angela Also-Brooks.
There is an opportunity that comes along very rarely.
And on the Republican side, don't count out former Governor Larry Hogan.
He was able to win in that very blue state of Maryland twice, and so he would be a formidable opponent if he were in this contest.
Now, we did reach out to each politician Farnsworth named to learn whether they would be running for Cardin's seat, but we didn't get a response back just yet. For now, reporting in Prince George's County, I'm Yamaris Sase, DC News Now.
Well, so that means Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen will become Maryland's senior senator once Cardin leaves office. Van Hollen showing support to Cardin in a statement saying, "I salute my friend on his extraordinary public service to Maryland and our country, and calling it a privilege to work alongside him every day."
And Maryland Governor Wes Moore sharing similar sentiments tonight, calling Cardin the epitome of what it means to be a public servant. Moore thanks the senator for his leadership and friendship and congratulates him on a career like no other. So now what will Cardin's departure mean for the national balance of power in Congress? Well, Cardin is the third Senate Democrat to announce he's not running in 2024. California Senator Dianne Feinstein and Michigan Senator Debbie Stabenow are also bowing down from next year's election. So take a look at the balance of power right now. Democrats hold a slim majority in the Senate, 51 Democrats compared to 49 Republicans. Democrats and independents, meanwhile, make up 23 of the 33 seats up for election in 2024.
Well, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin says he is a no on running for president. The Wall Street Journal asked the governor today if he'd be on the campaign trail later this year. It happened during a Milken Institute roundtable out in California. The governor said he is focused on midterm elections and helping Virginia Republicans take control of the state Senate. He also pointed out he has not written a book or visited Iowa. Common actions from those planning a White House run. All right, the calendar says May 1st. We're actually talking snow, believe it or not.
Can you believe that? We got our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb. Janessa, I can't believe I'm wearing boots on May 1st.
I love it, right? I've been waiting all year for a good snowfall, and it does look like out towards Garrett County, we have winter weather advisories in place. I am going to say this, going into tomorrow evening, I do think some of these advisories get expanded into Western Maryland. Tonight, we're A-OK, but with the accumulation of snow, that's how much snow I'm talking about. So we're fully in our growing season at this point. If you have plants outside Western Maryland, bring them in tonight and tomorrow, Thursday, the game kind of changes here. A live look out towards Hagerstown. You can see the wet streets, Washington County. You're not in this advisory zone, and I'm not tracking snow for your area just because the temperature profiles are just too warm in that area. We're talking the 40s in most areas, but overnight lows across the higher terrain, potentially about 32 to about 33 degrees. So you kind of have that influx of what type of precip you're going to see. Solely for Garrett County, for the rest of your overnight into early morning, it does start to subside. Let's talk about the district where we don't have snow and not expecting that. Mostly cloudy conditions, but that southwest breeze, it is roaring out there, 15 to about 20 miles per hour. For the next couple of days, we're going to keep showers and very gusty winds in the forecast. Look at Northern Virginia right now, had readings up to about 40 to 45 miles per hour earlier. And so you have a storm system well to our north and west at this time that's allowing things to stir up. We have showers that we're talking about for the next about 48 hours. We'll track those in coming up.
Jessa, thank you. New details tonight coming out of Virginia. A controversial plan to turn 2,100 acres of rural Prince William County land into a massive data center hub is taking a step forward.
Yeah, but pushback does remain, and it's only getting louder. Our Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla joining us live from the Prince William County Government Center tonight. And Max, one of the companies working on the project recently shared some new details about the proposal. So what did it show?
Well, one of the things it showed, arguably the most interesting thing, was a rendering, a glimpse at what it could look like in however many months or years down the road if this plan does eventually get approved. The other thing is the companies backing down, doubling down on their statements that they are putting in the work to protect the environment and other things that opponents say they're simply not buying.
That doesn't make it so.
Elena Schlossberg looks at a map of the 2,100 acres of land that could eventually be rezoned for data centers, a massive plan being undertaken by QTS Realty Trust and Compass Data Centers. And she and others are not buying what the companies are trying to sell.
It's why they're trying to gaslight everybody into believing that preservation is industrialization, and it is not. What is happening here is data center development is consuming our natural and our cultural resources.
New rezoning plans indicate that approximately 800 of the 2,100 acres will be protected or reforested, an effort designed to ensure the environment is not harmed by the project. Opponents don't believe those numbers are accurate. Plus, there are concerns that nearby Manassas National Battlefield Park could be harmed, including by data center buildings large enough that they could be seen from the park.
If they were serious about protecting the battlefield and protecting historic resources, they would choose a different site for this project.
That's what both Kyle Hart and Schlossberg want, but the data center companies are finalizing details before presenting to the board and pushing back on the naysayers.
We've been very thoughtful about our design. We have a tremendous amount of open space, a lot of very positive environmental impacts, including reforestation. We're protecting those cultural resources.
So Compass Data Centers held an open house last week to discuss the proposal with county residents and people who live near the proposed development. Tomorrow, QTS is holding another open house in Haymarket, and opponents like Elena Schlossberg say they expect to rally in opposition beforehand. Reporting live in Prince William County, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.